More Battlefield 2042 news for you lads today. Let's just get into it. One of the research and development engineers at EA who's working on Battlefield 2042 shared his thoughts on the delay to November 19th. Like always, I got in touch with Jim to make sure he's okay with me sharing his tweets like this, since they're from his personal Twitter account, and he had no obligation to say any of this, but felt it might help calm some of the community. In Jim's first tweet, he said, "Hey, I really appreciate all the support from the community regarding the new 2042 dates. It feels good that you can trust us, and you should. It's a solid game. This isn't my first rodeo. It's not a project in trouble. It just needs a little longer on spin cycle." This quote clearly refers to the outbursts once the delay was made public. Many fans online claimed the game was in trouble, theorizing that the delay meant content would be cut from launch and that they were cancelling pre-orders. To me, none of these personal tweets signal a plea to fans to not cancel pre-orders. Instead, it's just the actual developers speaking up for once about a product they're very proud of. Jim's next tweet is, quote, "Right now it's tweaking terrain tessellation for max performance without sacrificing anything visually. Every 24 hours, hundreds of creators across the globe are pushing it forward." Jim then goes on to share, kinda interesting because of the geography of the studios, it's literally being worked on every hour of the day. As one group taps out, another team is just waking up. It's inspiring to witness. This project never sleeps. Strangely, this is actually something I never considered myself, with Ripple Effect in LA, DICE in Stockholm, Criterion in Guildford, and EA Gothenburg in Gothenburg. The game does actually sync with different time zones, meaning work can go on continuously. What is that word though? Tessellation? Well, according to a Gamer Nexus interview with Epic Games senior technical artist Alan Willard, tessellation is, quote, "a way of doubling the triangles on the graphics hardware, so what was 2 triangles become 4, what was 8 becomes 16, and so on. When we do that, that allows us to do things like displacement or smoothing and increase the apparent detail. This not only makes the surface look more high resolution, but also adds bumps and hills and valleys that weren't there before. You get a much higher fidelity surface. It's fine-tuning the game world, adding points to each object so they can be further refined and tweaked. This typically ends up resulting in a better looking and more detailed game that doesn't impact the performance. This is actually optional for most games out there, so it just goes to show how polished DICE wants 2042 to be. It's just really nice knowing why Battlefield 2042 has been delayed. Sure, other developers have mentioned bug fixing and optimization, but to have a clear outline of what's being done just makes the delay a little easier to swallow. At least we now know it isn't because of the PS5 version that's broken or because content won't be finished on time. Everyone behind the scenes that has spoken up has reassured fans that things are still on track, but that they just need a couple of weeks to make things even more polished. Now look, I know what a lot of you are thinking. These developers obviously want fans to calm down and not question things, and that's why I'm suggesting we just wait for launch or the open beta at the very least. At the end of the day, the proof will be in the pudding. Reassuring tweets are one thing, actually playing a fun experience that's polished and balanced is completely different. I'm an optimistic guy anyway, so I'm with the devs on this one, but I also remember Battlefield 5, so I'm definitely not being naive. Until I see a real cause for concern though, I'm going to continue being excited. And this sentiment is backed up by another developer at DICE. Darko shared some lovely tweets earlier today. This is what he said. "All dev tweets are personal, and any dev you see posting Battlefield stuff is doing that because of the love for the game. Most of us came into our roles as big Battlefield fans. We were the ones on the other side waiting for the news about the new titles for years, together with the whole Battlefield community. The devs are community. Our passion is your passion. Our excitement is your excitement. We are always trying to build something we ourselves would like to play. There was and never will be corporate structures that pull our strings. We just want to see everyone have a blast with what we make. This is a reference to a Reddit post that went up yesterday claiming DICE developers were being forced to tweet out positive messages. It was very cringy to read. There's being critical of what's said online, and then there's just wacky theories that go nowhere. With everything I'm saying today, I don't want to come across as though I'm on some high horse. I really don't. I'm as eager to play this game as you lads are. I'm also just as skeptical as you are too. I've practically built my entire life around this franchise, so I'll be very critical of it when the time comes. But for now, there's nothing to worry about. We've got 4 extra weeks to wait, but aside from that, things are looking okay. But let's just stick with it and see where things go. Speaking of sticking with things, thank you lads for sticking with this YouTube channel for the past year. It's been tough doing YouTube full-time based around a game series with no new games up until November. Despite that, the channel has grown more since June than it did in 2020, which is mental. We've also passed the end of year goal of 50,000 subscribers already, so to say thanks, I have put together a giveaway for subscribers. Check it out in the pinned comment below. But anyway, thank you for watching. For more Battlefield 2042, tickle that subscribe button, I would really appreciate that. Until the next one though, I'll see you lads later.